I'm going to show you the Galaxy Note 4 camera, tips and tricks to make you a better photographer with your Note 4. The Note 4 has a great camera on it, has a very wonderful camera app that is built in by default. You don't need to go buy an app to really leverage this. One of the first things that you'll want to do if you're taking pictures outside or in conditions where it's kind of dark is you can turn live HDR on or off. Now you're not going to see a huge difference here, but when you're outside and maybe the sun is shining against you or there's shadows on something, if you turn HDR on, it's going to change what you see to basically show you what the phone would take as your HDR picture. Now, this works really great in sunsets and for other things. You can see what you're aligning before you press that shutter. The next thing you want to do is go into your settings. And so if you tap settings here, you'll see a small number of settings, and then you can tap that and you get more settings. Now, I like to turn on the voice control. So if you tap voice control, it'll tell you your options. You can smile, cheese, capture, shoot, record video, and that will do stuff. So once we get out of this, we'll see there's a microphone icon up here. I can say smile, and you'll see it flash and took a picture, and in the gallery down there it's going to change. Capture, took another one. Record video, and it switched over to recording. And so if you have this on a tripod, or maybe you have someone holding it that they don't quite know what to do, you can just say the words. Next up, we're going to show you how to change what the volume key does. So there's a volume key that you can't really see down here, and right now it's set up to take a photo, but if you use zoom, which I don't really use on this camera, but you can use it, we're going to go to the volume key, and we can choose to zoom or record video. So if we change that, it will change what this does. So maybe you want to be able to quickly switch over to video mode. All I have to do, okay, I'm going to take a picture here, but now I want to shoot video, so I'm going to hit that volume button. It's going to go straight into video mode, and I'm capturing my video. You can also set it up to zoom if you prefer to zoom. I generally leave it on take pictures because it's just a faster way, an easier way to hold the camera and take that picture. The Galaxy Note 4 camera can shoot 4K video. It does not set up to do that by default. So you need to go into your settings and go to video size. Generally it's going to be on full HD, which is 1080p, which is what most HD TVs support, but you can tap on UHD up here at the top. And while you're using this, you can't use some effects. So you can't take pictures while you're recording, and dual camera mode is turned off, HDR is off. But you're going to be able to shoot 4K video. If you have a 4K TV, you can share it on that and it'll be full resolution. And in general, the video is going to look sharper, and the Note 4 is a smartphone, so it's not going to take movie cinema quality, but it is really cool to look at. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is how to take a better selfie. Now, if you want to take a selfie that doesn't use this camera, we can go to mode and choose rear cam selfie. And so what this will do is when it detects my face in there, it will take the picture. So you just got to turn it around towards you and smile, and it will start vibrating. And now when I turn it around, I have a selfie. It's probably going to be a pretty horrible selfie because I was talking while it happened, but if you set this up right, you're going to be able to take a better selfie. Now, you'll notice this is pretty bright and pretty sharp, even though the background behind me is dark. If I were to take a selfie with just the regular camera here, it's not going to turn out quite as nice. We're going to have, we'll just look at the two and you can see. So kind of some blurry there, a lot sharper, a lot better looking selfie. Now, another thing that you can do is take a wide angle selfie. So you need to be in the front facing camera mode for this to happen. You're going to tap mode and choose wide selfie. Now, you can do this in portrait or in landscape, and basically you press the shutter and then you slowly swivel the phone side to side. Now, ideally, you would be holding this out in front of a big group of people, but what you end up with is a wide angle selfie, so you can fit more people into that photo. Now let's take another look at some of the different modes that Samsung includes on the Note 4 camera. You can shoot fast motion or slow motion video. Now to do this, you have to go into your settings, go into the deeper settings, and choose recording mode. And so you can choose slow motion, fast motion, or smooth motion. If we choose slow motion, we can choose the speed, half, fourth, 1/8. And once we go back out and we shoot a video, this should happen in slow motion. And you can see up here under the record icon, it shows that that's in slow motion. So it's going to process that. If we go over here and hit play, we'll just use video player for this. And it looks like we're in pretty slow motion. Yep, there we go. You got some nice slow motion video. And if we go back into the camera, we can actually go to fast motion. Settings, more settings. This is kind of an annoying way to get between recording modes. Fast motion, we'll do ×8. And so now anything we do will be sped up. So we'll record a video. Have this guy walk across the screen. And now if we go into that and hit play, we'll choose video player again. It's not going to happen in fast motion. So you can basically do a time shift video where you cram a bunch of movement and action into a really short period. So obviously if you have some really interesting subjects, you're going to get a much better video than us and our Android guy right here. Now, there are a few other things you can do. When you're done with that, make sure you go back into settings, more settings, recording mode, and go to normal. Otherwise you may shoot a video you want normal in some other format, and you're not going to really be able to go back and change that. Now, two other modes that are handy. If you go into mode, you can choose selective focus. And with this, it's going to try to take a photo and blur the background. So where it might have trouble here is there's not a clear background, and we might end up being a little bit too close to our subject. So let's try this. Basically what you need to do to use this mode is have more room between you and your subject, and between your subject and the background. If you are able to do that, you're going to get a photo where you can choose what's in focus and what's not. It's really handy, but again, it's going to be something that you need to do with a little bit more space than we have here, where we're able to show you stuff. Another cool mode, if you go into mode, is shot and more. Now if you don't see that, go into manage modes, and you can add modes that are already on your camera, like dual camera, beauty face, virtual tour, or if you don't use rear cam, selfie, or selective focus, you can turn those off. In this case, we turn shot and more on, and we're going to go back, go into mode, tap on shot and more. And so with shot and more, you can do a bunch of different effects. You can take burst shots, you can do a bunch of cool things. In this case, we're going to hold the shutter down and take some photos, and it's going to process these photos, and it will give us some options. Now, you may be familiar with some of these features from earlier cameras from Samsung. We have the ability to do a best photo. Looks like it took too long. So just one tap actually, and it's going to take a bunch of photos and process. And if it detects enough movement, or if it detects something coming into the shot that we don't want there, we're going to be able to change that. I can choose the best face. If I have a group of people, I can make a drama shot that shows movement of, say, this guy, this guy, this guy. I can choose to erase someone. Say I'm taking a picture of friends at a monument, and here it looks like eraser may actually work. No moving objects detected. but my hand was in there at some point. So you're going to be able to pull people out of your shots and use some of those modes that you used to be able to find just built in to Samsung devices. Now, this keeps taking photos because I think I'm saying one of the keywords or something close to it. If I go into mode, one other trick that you can use is you can download new modes. So if you tap on download, it's going to take you to the Samsung Camera App Store, where you can download animated photo, sequence shot, sound shot, food shot, sports shot, and surround shot. If you want one of these on your phone, just tap on it. It'll show you some more details. It can explain to you what it is and how to do it. Some more information about it, and then just tap on free, accept and download. And after a short download, this will appear in your camera modes so that you're able to use it. So now if we go to mode, we should see sequence shot. That's all there is to it. You have to find those again from this download option. You can't just go to Google Play and get them. If you found this useful, check out gottabemobile.com. There's a link to 51 Galaxy Note 4 tips and tricks in the description. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know what you would like to see from the Galaxy Note 4.